Latoya, as you all know, today we'll be discussing the difference between listening and hearing. Now, how many times do we hear someone say, I hear you, and we think they're actually listening to you? Not many times that someone says to you, I hear you, means that they're genuinely listening to what you have to say. We're all guilty of paying attention to someone, but our minds wandering in different directions. I'm sure we all can relate to that, correct? Now, some of us might think there's not a difference between listening and hearing, but in actuality, they're quite different. Hearing is the physical aspect, as in listening is the actual process of being active, participate in paying attention and processing and understanding the information. Hearing, on the other hand, is just it going through one ear and out the other. Are we guilty of that? We all are at some point or time. Someone could be talking to us and our mind is on a complete different place. That doesn't mean that we're wrong. It just means that we're hearing the person and not actually listening to the person. Now, as humans, we all have the tendency, we all want to be heard, we all want to be understood, and we all want compassion. That falls into place of listening. When we listen to someone, we show compassion, we understand them, we pay attention to what they have to say, and we process the information. Now, on the other hand, when it comes to hearing, we're physically looking at the person, but we're not making direct eye contact. It's a one-way process. It goes through one ear and out the other. Not that it makes it bad, but it's just a part of us as human beings that we're all guilty of. Now, listening was the first skill that we were born with. Not many people know that. It's very hard to believe, but it actually is. Now, when we see a child growing up, we tell them, go sit over there. They don't move right away and we think, oh, you did not listen to me. In actuality, it's not like they didn't hear you, but they just didn't process the information, as in they just didn't listen to what you have to say. Now, there was an experiment done by a guy of the name of Ralph G. Nichols. He did this experiment at the University of Minnesota, where he experimented a bunch of students to see the difference between someone actually listening and someone hearing. He found out that 25% of people do not actually listen. They just hear. And that was just him viewing their mannerism, viewing the way they speak after they were being spoken to, and just paying attention to small details. Now, as a human race, we have so much that we could work on when it comes to actually listening to someone. We could make direct eye contact, we could not interrupt when this person is speaking, and we could just pay closer attention and have a little bit more compassion to what they're saying. Just because we could relate to someone doesn't necessarily mean that we have to tune them out. But we're all guilty of that because we have so much on our minds. During this research, I find even myself, as much as I thought that I actually listened, I did not. I basically was just hearing what the person says. I was able to repeat, but I was not able to process the information because it goes through one ear and out the other. We all are guilty of that, as much as we do not realize it. When we learn to understand how it works, it makes it so much better for us as far as relationships, as far as the way that we treat others, as far as the way that we communicate with others. It's just a learning aspect for each and every one of us. And you know, to be very honest with you, I am very happy that I did this experiment and I was able to share it with you guys, because there is so much that we could learn when we actually listen to someone rather than when we just hear the person speaking. Does anyone have any questions? No? Did you guys learn and learn? All right. Thank you.